हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल एंड हैप्पी न्यू ईयर। आई नो 2025 में हम फर्स्ट टाइम मिल रहे हैं ना। मैंने सोचा ये जो फर्स्ट वीडियो मैं इस साल का बना रही हूँ उसको मैं बुक्स के बारे में बनाती हूँ। तो मैंने अपने पिछले वीडियोस में ये बात शेयर की थी आप लोगों से कि पिछले साल यानी कि 2024 में मैंने उतनी बुक्स नहीं पढ़ी थी। मतलब आई रेड barely 7-8 बुक्स विच इज द probably the lowest that I have read in any year so far in my life. तो इस बार मैंने सोचा कि एटलीस्ट आई विल बाय 12 बुक्स, वन फॉर ईच मंथ। तो मैंने ये इतनी सारी बुक्स खरीदी हैं, 12 बुक्स, जिसके बारे में मैं आपको बताने वाली हूँ कि मैंने ये बुक्स क्यों खरीदी हैं। और सी आई डोंट लाइक रीडिंग जस्ट वन काइंड ऑफ थिंग, एंड आई एम ऑल्सो नॉट अ फैन ऑफ रीडिंग जस्ट फिक्शन और जस्ट नॉन फिक्शन। मुझे पूरा मिक्स चाहिए होता है और बहुत सारी कॉन्सेप्ट बेस्ड बुक्स चाहिए होती है, बहुत सारी सेल्फ हेल्प बुक्स चाहिए होती है, फिक्शन, नॉन फिक्शन, मेमोयर्स, सब चीज़ों का मिक्स अच्छा लगता है। तो इसीलिए उस चीज़ को ध्यान में रख के मैंने अपने बकेट लिस्ट में 12 बुक्स डाली हैं, जिसमें से कुछ फिक्शन है, कुछ नॉन फिक्शन है, कुछ मेमोयर्स हैं, कुछ रियल लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं, कुछ हैंडबुक्स हैं। तो इट्स अ गुड मिक्स ऑफ अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स। सो आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर अबाउट दैट विद यू। सो इस साल ये जो मैंने 12 बुक्स खरीदी है ना, इसके बारे में मैंने ये सोचा है कि मैंने हर बुक को एक मंथ अलॉट कर दिया है, जो मैंने यहाँ टैग में इसके साथ अटैच कर दिया है। नाउ अगर मुझे बिल्कुल भी टाइम नहीं मिला तो भी उस मंथ में मुझे वो बुक पढ़नी ही है। लेकिन अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं अभी जनवरी में हूँ तो जो जो बुक मैंने जनवरी के लिए डिसाइड की थी, अगर मैंने वो ऑलरेडी पढ़ ली और मेरे पास फिर भी बहुत सारा टाइम है, देन आई कैन पिक अप अ बुक फ्रॉम एनी ऑफ द मंथ्स दैट आर अहेड, so that I can do, or I can pick up any other book, I can buy any other book and read it. So this is one challenge that I have given myself, and I have kept only 12 books in my bucket so that I have the choice and freedom to choose more books if I want and as I want. And if I will put, for example, 20-30 books in my bucket all at once, in the beginning of the year itself, then what if later I want to read something and I don't have the time to read it. तो इसीलिए मैंने ये डिसाइड किया है। सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दीज बुक्स। सबसे पहली बुक जिसके बारे में मैं शेयर करने वाली हूँ आपसे वो है Vagabonding. Vagabonding is in a way a handbook basically for long term travels. So what happens is हम अपने लाइफ में, अपनी डेली लाइफ में इतने ज्यादा बिजी हो जाते हैं कि हम ये चीज भूल जाते हैं कि जिस चीज के पीछे हम इतना भाग रहे हैं, which is a lot of wealth and everything. See, the reason we think that money is important is because it gives us at least the basic necessities of life. But do we really stop at that? हम सिर्फ बेसिक नेसेसिटीज पे तो नहीं रुकते। फिर जब हमें वो मिल जाती हैं उसके बाद हमें कुछ और चाहिए होता है, थोड़ी लग्जरी चाहिए होता है, थोड़ा आराम चाहिए होता है। जब वो भी मिल जाता है तो फिर और ज्यादा कुछ चाहिए होता है। उसके बाद जब सब कुछ भी मिल जाता है ना, तो भी हमें दूसरों को ये प्रूव करने के लिए और ज्यादा चीजें चाहिए होती हैं दैट वी कैन अफोर्ड इट। तो डज दैट मेक यू रियली रिच? According to this book, and also to a huge extent, I also believe that the answer is no. Because आपने कितने भी पैसे कमा लिए, बट कितने भी गोल्स अचीव कर लिए, बट अगर आप लाइफ में खुद को टाइम नहीं दे पाए, दुनिया नहीं घूम पाए और अलग अलग तरीके के लोगों से इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर पाए, तो फिर उतने पैसे कमा करके क्या फायदा। हम वी हैव लेग्स, वी कैन ट्रैवल, वी कैन रोम अराउंड प्लेसेस, वी कैन मीट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल, वी डोंट हैव रूट्स attached to the ground. So why not explore the whole world? So which is why I picked this book, to read a bit more about travel. मुझे ट्रैवल करना बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है, एंड ये बुक मैंने अभी ऑलरेडी आधी खत्म कर ली है। और ये मुझे बहुत ज्यादा रिफ्रेशिंग और बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी लगी। सबसे अच्छी चीज जो मुझे इसके बारे में लगी है वो ये है कि इट टॉक्स अबाउट द वेरी बेसिक and very functional ways in which you can travel. It asks very simple questions, which if you ask yourself and answer those questions, you will realize what is more important in life. And it actually provides you a way to figure yourself out, to travel the whole world, to travel in long term in general. मतलब 1-2 दिन की शॉर्ट ट्रिप्स नहीं, जहाँ पे हम जा करके एकदम लग्जरी में किसी होटल में रुक जाते हैं और 2-4 टूरिस्ट ही या थोड़ी बहुत ऑफ बीट प्लेसेस छू करके आ जाते हैं और फिर बोलते हैं दैट वी आर गुड ट्रैवलर्स। दिस टॉक्स अबाउट ट्रैवलिंग इन द सेंस जहाँ पे आप उतने कंफर्टेबल होकर के नहीं जा रहे हैं, आप उतना पैसा नहीं खर्च कर रहे हैं ट्रैवलिंग पे, आप एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं, लोकल चीजें एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं, लोकल चीजें अपने कंफर्ट में नहीं, लोकल तरीके से एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं उस जगह की, वहाँ के लोगों से बात कर रहे हैं, वहाँ के कल्चर, वहाँ के फूड, वहाँ की ज्योग्राफी को एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं। So that is all about this book. I'm still reading it, but of course once I'm done I will share my review. so far it has been a great read. So the next book that we are going to talk about is The World for Sale. It's a non-fiction. It is basically related to global trade and commerce situations and global power dynamics of trade and commerce. The reason I chose this book is because I am really interested in the subject. उसका रीजन ये है कि जो भी ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स होता है, जो पावर डायनामिक्स होते हैं ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स के थ्रू आउट द वर्ल्ड, वो बहुत सारी चीजें डिसाइड करते हैं, बहुत सारी जियोपॉलिटिकल सिचुएशंस डिसाइड करते हैं. जो प्रायोरिटीज मिलती हैं किसी भी कंट्री के सिटीजन को, इवन ये तक डिसाइड करते हैं. इवन अगर आपकी कंट्री से जो बच्चे अब्रॉड में स्टडी करना चाहते हैं या फिर लोग काम करना चाहते हैं अब्रॉड, उनको वीजा मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा या उनके वीजा का क्या कोटा होगा, वो भी ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स एक बहुत बड़े वे में डिसाइड करता है. बहुत सारी चीजें, नॉट जस्ट दिस. अगर कोई वॉर सिचुएशन है या कोई सिचुएशन ऑफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है तो कितने लोग आपके सपोर्ट में खड़े होंगे, कहाँ के लोग आपके सपोर्ट में खड़े होंगे, ये सारी चीजें इकोनॉमिक्स और द पावर डायनामिक्स ऑफ ट्रेड ये डिसाइड करती हैं. सो दैट इज व्हाई आई एम रियली इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस टॉपिक and I like reading about it a lot, and that is why I picked this book up. So I obviously have not started any of these books except for Vagabonding, and there's a poetry book which I will mention about probably in the end of the video. उन दोनों के अलावा मैंने कोई भी बुक स्टार्ट नहीं की है पढ़नी, but yes, this is what I know of this book. So yes, that's why I chose it. The next book that's there is The Spy and the Traitor. ये एक नॉन फिक्शन है, इसमें कोई फिक्शनल स्टोरी नहीं है as I know of it. This is also one of my favorite genres, which is espionage and Cold War history. बहुत ज़्यादा insight मिलता है about strategies and risks with which these spies work. और I don't know, somehow I am very attracted to the documents that talk about espionage. So yes, this is one of my favorite genres, so that's why I picked this book up. जब मैं इस तरीके की बुक्स उठाती हूँ तो मैं ये जरूर देखती हूँ कि ये बुक्स अच्छी है या नहीं है, जो दूसरे रिव्यू से पता चल जाता है. बट आई डोंट पीप इनसाइड द बुक्स अ लॉट बिफोर आई स्टार्ट रीडिंग द बुक्स, बिकॉज आई फील दैट दे, इफ यू लुक टू मच इनसाइड द बुक बिफोर यू रीड इट, especially these kind of books, they take away the magic. So that is why I will get to know about this book more when I have already read it. But moving on to the next book, it's a fiction. It is called A Man Called Irv. मैंने ये बुक इसलिए चूज की बिकॉज इट्स अ वेरी वेल नोन, वेरी लाइट हार्टेड फिक्शन. इट्स सपोज टू बी अ वेरी हैप्पी, comfortable book. So that is why I picked this up. It also talks about aging. It talks about purpose of life. It talks about such very basic, obvious, yet very, rarely talked about subjects. And it's a fiction. So that is all that I know about this book. I'm really looking forward to read this one. उसके बाद next book जिसके बारे में मैं बात करने वाली हूँ, that is called My Friend on Frank. आपने शायद एक बुक पढ़ी होगी which is called The Diary of a Young Girl, जो ऑन फ्रांक ने लिखी है. So it is basically, she didn't write a book, she wrote her diary, her personal journal, which was later published into a book which gives insights about the Holocaust situation in Germany during the Second World War. And something related to that is this book called My Friend on Frank. It's a memoir of her friend, and I picked this book because as the title of the book says, My Friend on Frank, it is definitely about friendship, and also one more first-hand Holocaust account, which I am really interested, because जब मैं उस फेज के बारे में पढ़ती हूँ या उस तरीके के किसी भी फेज के बारे में पढ़ती हूँ, and when you read about those things and you get to know about survival of people who went through it, who had to go through it, who had a lot of trauma and they still somehow managed to come out of it, it gives you a lot of hope in life. So, and I remember in the worst of my times when I could not see the light within me, I used to read a lot about World War II, about partition of India, about North Korea, a lot about these things, because उस टाइम पे जब मैं ये सारी चीजें पढ़ती थी ना, तो मुझे रियलाइज होता था कि अगर उस सिचुएशन में भी इंसान सरवाइव कर सकता है, दोबारा जिंदा रहने की कोशिश कर सकता है और दोबारा लाइवली हो सकता है, दोबारा लाइफ को ओपन हार्टेडली एंड विद ओपन आर्म्स एक्सेप्ट कर सकता है, दोबारा जिंदगी को एक चांस दे सकता है. सो व्हाटएवर इज हैपनिंग इन माय लाइफ विल बी सॉर्टेड. सो one is that, because of which I picked this book. or I pick a book of this sort. And right now I'm happy, but yeah, just for the context. Um, Also, I picked this book because I wanted to get an insight about friendships and how the dynamics work when situations are this difficult. When it is about life and death, then how the friendships perform. The reason I really wanted to read about friendships in these difficult situations is because, many are times we have certain friends in our life and those friendships break. And the reason we very easily give each other is that, the situations were difficult and you have to choose, and this is what I chose. I Thankfully, the kind of people I've had as friends in my life have um, been there. But you know what I see is that there are always a lot of relationships, and I'm talking here about especially friendships and those kind of relationships which we choose. They break, and the reason that is mentioned is that, the time was difficult, or that is why it broke. I really do not think that can be true. No matter how difficult a situation has been or is or was, I think when you want to stick together, you do stick together. And I really wanted to know how difficult it is to maintain that friendship or to do something for that friendship when, when it's about literally life and death. Because I really love reading stories about friendships where people in the situations of life and death chose friendship very beautifully. So I think when I read this book, I am going to come across something very similar. I don't know. I really don't know. But I really hope that I do. Anyway, moving on. One more book that I picked is called Algorithms to Live By. So this is a very unique combination of computer science and strategies for life, and which is why I picked this book. I really wanted to read something technical. I had absolutely no idea that I will come across something which talks about computer science along with the strategies for life. I am really really looking forward to read this book because I really want to know what is inside this book, how everything is related. See, about computer science and about real life, we do know that a lot of computer science comes from the human life analogy, but I really wanted to understand what the author has written in this book, which talks about the technicalities of computer science as well as the strategies we can use in our practical life. I'm really looking forward to read this book. I do not know much about it, but when I read the fact that it is about something what I just mentioned, I was just hooked to the idea and the concept and the supposedly uh, concept of what I'm going to read. Moving on, the next book that I picked up is Lifespan. Uh, it's a book about why we age. So it's mostly, I'm thinking it's mostly biology, and it's about why we age and what is the potential of, uh, you know, extending human life. When we talk about extending human life, there is a lot that we have to think about the ethical concepts of it, the ethical side of it. We also need to think about how much do we really want to live. I understand when we have life, we definitely want to live more. And we free feel that the idea of being able to live more would be amazing. But at the same time, I really want to understand. See, one thing is potential uh, to be able to live longer. But then I also want to understand, if at all it is mentioned in the book, how much do we really want to live? Like, for example, अगर आपको choice दे दी जाए that you can live forever, like vampires, then what will you choose? Will you choose to live 10,000 years? Um, because there is a lot that comes with living. You get a lot of chance to live, survive, see, enjoy, appreciate, but at the same time, you also get a lot of hurt, a lot of troubles, a lot of complexities. What will a human choose over what is my question, and I'm really looking forward to understand that, if at all it is mentioned in this book. But what is definitely mentioned in this book is about lifespan and how we can live a healthy life to an extent, and what is the potential of extending human life, and of course some of the ethics and pros and cons of it. So really looking forward to read this book as well. The next book that I picked up is called Super Intelligence. It is about the development of AI. It is about the existential risks and ethical issues revolved around AI. It is also about the practicalities of AI and how do we prepare for what is coming up next in the field of AI and because of the field of AI, and preparing for the disruption that it will definitely cause in whatever way. I picked this book because this is really relevant no matter what field of life you belong to. I really feel that artificial intelligence has, um, just come in our life in a manner that it is affecting every little and big area of our life, and we really need to understand what is what is this that we are expecting in the near future, and what more can come which we are not even expecting. So that is why I chose this book. The next book that I have picked up is a fiction. It is called Verity. Now, I did not read much about this book, but I know for a fact that it's a very good book. The reason I did not read much about this book is because before buying it, or I didn't do much research about this book before buying it, is because I did not want to know the story of this book even little bit. The reason is, I know for a fact that it's a psychological thriller. Now, when I'm reading a psychological thriller, just like I said about The Spy and the Traitor, I don't want to know anything from the start, anything, because I want the book to surprise me, and especially if it's a fiction like Verity. So I'm really looking forward to reading a fiction like this. I love psychological thrillers and crime thrillers. So that is why I'm really looking forward to read this fiction called Verity. I have no idea about what this is except for the fact that it's a psychological thriller. Next book that I picked up is Never Split the Difference. It's written by a former FBI hostage negotiator, and this book is completely on the negotiation skills. It's a self-help book. It's a non-fiction self-help book which talks about negotiation skills. And because it is written by a former FBI hostage negotiator, I am really looking forward to read this book, because I know for a fact that it's going to give a great insight on negotiation skills. I am pretty sure that I'm going to make notes from it, literally, because negotiation is a life skill. It's a very important life skill. And this year, I really want to literally learn and study about negotiation. So this is the start. This is the book that I'm going to start it from. The next book and the last book that I'm going to discuss here is Arundhati Subramaniam's When God is a Traveler. It's not a fiction, it's not a self-help, it's a poetry book. It's a collection of poetry. It's a very thin book. I've already read a couple of poems from this book, which is very sweet, nice. Um, the reason I bought this book is simply because I just wanted to explore a bit more of poetry. मुझे poetry बहुत पसंद है, especially Hindi में, because that's my mother tongue, that's my first language. But I also like poetry in general, in whichever languages I know. And I just picked it up. I just picked it up without thinking much. I just picked it up, and I'm liking it. I am liking the book, the poems that are written here. Although I've not read many, I've just read just 2 or 3 of these, but those are good. So if you're interested in poetry, you can probably pick it up. Right now, what I discussed was a collection of 11 books. I did not mention the 12th book because I wanted it to be a surprise, and a review about that book is going to come up in the month of January itself in one of these videos. And that book has not yet been delivered to me. That is also a reason that I did not mention about that book, but I really wanted it to be a surprise for all of you. So when I post a review of the book, you will know. But yeah, this was all about my bucket list of books that I am going to definitely read in the year of 2025. आप बता सकते हैं which books you have planned, if at all, to read in the year of 2025. Book reading, I think, is a great way of exploring yourself, exploring a lot of part of yourself which probably were even unknown to you at times, or just polishing the skills that you already had and somehow you were not able to give time to it. Knowing more, being more happy, living lives, that is not yours yet. Just feeling empathy for all the characters that are there in the book. A book gives you insight about all of these things and so much more. I'll see you in my next video on next Thursday. तब तक के लिए bye bye.